You've heard the phrase, he's him, expressed in situations where someone is the main character, someone who deserves praise or admiration. But do you know who's actually him? Him, with a capital H. Jesus Christ himself is the original Aura Maxer. And it's a dark night. You're out on the boat with the rest of the Glazers, just trying to make it out to the other side of the sea. And out of nowhere, a massive storm hits. The wind's howling, the waves are crashing, the boat is just getting tossed around like a toy. You're straining at the oars, fighting against the storm, but it's no use. You're barely making any progress, and it's looking grim. Like, this might be it. Then, out of nowhere, you see someone walking in the distance, something, a glowing figure, just strolling on the waves. At first, you're kind of tweaking. What the fuck is that? Is that a ghost? Your heart is pounding, and you're ready to throw hands with the supernatural. But then you hear a call out to you. Stop tweaking. It's just me. And you recognize that voice. It's Jesus. Okay, maybe you're not that doomed after all, but you're still kind of shaken up, so you shout back, if it's really you, like, let me pull up. Or in Bible terms, Lord, if it's you, like, tell me to come up, talk, blah, 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 blah. Jesus doesn't hesitate, and he says, pull up then, or more formally, come. So you step out of the boat, and you're walking on water now, just like Jesus, and for a second, you're kind of feeling yourself, like, look at me, you're doing it. But then you notice the wind still going a little too crazy, and the waves are towering over you. And then you start second guessing. Damn, these winds are kind of fucked, and these waves are a little too crazy. I'm scared. And just like that, you feel yourself starting to sink. Panic sets in, and you yell, help me. Immediately, Jesus reaches out, grabs your hand, and pulls you up. Man, how many times I gotta tell you I'm the GOAT before you believe it, bro? But at this point, you're just relieved to be alive. And honestly, you're a little embarrassed you didn't trust him more. You climb back into the boat, and the storm calms down. The wind stops, and the waves settle. And you're sitting there like, damn, like, you son of God for real. And that is the point of the Bible. It's showing that God is the greatest of all time. But within the Bible, it's essentially an instrument of glazing God. And it's packed full of stories like these. Like, how about that one time that Jesus turned water into wine? It's a nice bright day at the craziest function of 27 AD. And you're there with Jesus, Mary, and the rest of the Glazer gang. And it's a good-ass time. Until, bam, they're out of booze. But with this gang, they're a classy bunch, so it's wine. Obviously, it's not going to be a Smirnoff vodka. The party might have to end early if there's no more alcohol, unless, of course, Jesus hears of the issue. So Mary leans over to Jesus and says, yo, bro, they're out of wine. And he deadass says, woman, I do not care. And then he says, my hour has not yet come, which I did research into because I was confused at what this meant. Basically, he's saying, I'm here to die for your sins, not to just perform miracles. Which is crazy how loaded a single line could be when just responding to your mom, telling you they're out of wine. But eventually, Jesus is like, fuck yeah, I'll do it for the vibes. And he points to these 6 massive stone jars, each as big as a person, and tells the servants to fill them up with water. And they do it, no questions asked. And maybe if you weren't a Jesus knower, like the Glazers, you'd be confused and kind of judging, like, what is he planning to do? But the apostles knew he got it like that. And Jesus just says, now draw out some of the water and take it to the master of the banquet. The servants are probably like side-eyeing each other at this point because they don't know, bro. They don't know he's the GOAT. And, the master of the banquet drinks some. He says, it's etiquette to bring out the good wine first, right? This is so good, and you've been saving it for what? Like the end of the party? What are you trying to just come in clutch? But this guy doesn't know, bro. That shit was water 5 minutes ago. And when y'all gonna know he's a son of God, but also God? This shit is so confusing, man. I want to revisit the fact that his mom also said they're running out of wine. In response to that, Jesus talks about how he's gonna sacrifice his own life to save humanity from their sins. Very cool, Jesus. Nice. Thank you for watching.